Shalom, Yashala Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Haloyim La, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harachakodash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Aquath that's keeping the faith in the work. Shall keep at it. This your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 64, on verse 1. It says, to the chief musician, the psalm of David, hear my voice, O power, and my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Right? These devils are at it again, man. Searching deep within inside of their wicked ass minds to see how they can screw the world up even more. If you don't know what I'm talking about, speaking about the Bilderberg Group, right? The Bilderberg Group is one of these secretive meetings that the real rulers of the world hold that dictate the flow of the earth and the topics or the topics of these meetings in this particular group of today. If I'm not mistaken, they had the meeting. It was either today or yesterday or maybe going on this whole weekend. I'm not sure, but I know what's going on, right? And how we know the different topics that they may speak on is because of the people that are there and what those people represent. So you have individuals from the artificial intelligence world. You have individuals from the banking world, right? So that lets us know that it's about tech, right? The new digital world order, right? CBDCs and the FedNow app and Revelation 13, right? The MOTB, right? Dealing with currency, where it says you won't be able to buy or sell unless you take this thing from the devil, right? But Yahweh Bashim Sharatazah, he preserves our lives from the fear of the enemy. He preserves our lives from the enemy, period. Because this devil is definitely working an evil work behind closed doors. So I'm going to let this video play. I'll be back.
This is Dabu 7. We have the 69th Bilderberg meeting now getting underway. This secretive conclave of global powers. It's kicking off in Lisbon, Portugal. It's where they're having it this year. They're covering issues from AI to America's leadership in world affairs. So there's always a handful of different major topics that are discussed there. And depending on where they're at, we have people that are outside of the event trying to get photos, trying to get video, and trying to ask questions to some of these world leaders as to what they're doing there. What we know so far about this year is that they, right out the gate, want to come out talking about this Chatham House rule, which is a protocol that gives its participants the discretion to use the information that was gleaned from the talks, and you can speak about it, but it forbids the identification of the speakers or the participants, trying to ensure anonymity. So they have plenty of security set up. Only the selected are going to be getting in, and they do a security sweep of the location the 48 hours beforehand. They kick everybody else out. They do that here in America as well. We've seen that in the past. But they're talking about AI top of the list here and how this is going to start wiping out the jobs and where it's going to go from here. These talks always tie into where we're going from here. So I like to look at some of the topics and then some of the characters that are showing up there. Sometimes you can see where this is going, because certain people shouldn't be there unless certain things are going to be going into motion. You see what I'm saying? So AI, the banking system, at the top of the list here to keep an eye on. Also updates here on Russia, Ukraine, U.S. leadership. When we start to talk about some of the names, Ferguson Niall, Brian Deese, the former director of the National Economic Council. Albert Bourla, here's a good one. He is the chair and CEO of Pfizer. He's going to be there. So just knowing that right there raises an eyebrow. We know that 2025 should be shaping up to be an interesting one with everything that they're predicting to happen by then.
All right, so the devil real life saying, first they were saying by 2030, it was going to be like extreme drastic changes on this earth, and more so focused on the daughter of Babylon, which 2030 is not far away at all. But they keep pushing that time forward. Now they saying 2025, right? So, and when you pay attention to what's going on in the news globally and nationally, things are looking pretty bad, right? You got the debt ceiling that the leaders of the daughter of Babylon are arguing about, seemingly on purpose, right? And on the back end of that, you got the digital currency that they saying is about to be released, if I'm not mistaken, either next month or in July, right? So 1 + 1 always 2, man. You know what I'm saying? That means that it's something drastic that's coming down the line, something drastic coming down the pipe. And only thing we can do is see what's going on in the world and equate it to what it says in the scriptures, like we've been doing, and it gives us insight. Or Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Spirit of the Lord, gives us insight on the things that are happening, right? Like I've been telling people for the longest before it happened, about, the famine of the word, because it says it in the scriptures, right? The uprising of the people. All of these are prophecies in the scriptures. A lot of people, when they think about prophecies, the first thing they go to is wars and rumors of wars, and they pretty much end it there. It's so many end time prophecies, right? And the only way you will be able to know these things is if the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with you, right? To be humble enough to receive knowledge, right? That's why I give double honors to the apostles and the elders, because if the Most High didn't bless them with the knowledge of the breakdowns or the precepts to be able to put that puzzle together, because Scripture tells us how to receive this knowledge, how to understand the word. Precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little, line upon line, line upon line. It's a puzzle, right? And the only person that can put that puzzle together is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harachakodash, which is the Spirit of holiness given to the men of the Lord. Like it says in the scriptures, who are the individuals that wrote the Bible, right? Those were men. Men wrote the Bible, right? But men that were dealing with the Spirit of the Lord, right? That were motivated by the Spirit of the Lord to write the things that were basically for us, for our edification, and write their life and what the Most High, took them through and allowed them to see for our sakes, right? So the Most High blessed us to be able to understand these dark sayings and these prophecies, which is really the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, like it says in the book of Revelation 19, right? Spirit of prophecy is the Spirit of the Lord. So by us being able to see these things, we see exactly what's coming down that pike, and it ain't nothing good for this earth, because this earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who are the wicked? According to the book of Malachi, chapter 1, the wicked is Esau, Edom, right? 2nd Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, meaning Esau will be ruling this world before Shiloh comes. Shiloh being peace, Shiloh being Yahweh, right? Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Right? Isaiah 63, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I believe it's Isaiah 63. Right. Isaiah 63, where it speaks about Esau, Edom being in rulership when the Lord returns. Right? And all you got to do is just look at the characteristics of Esau, Edom, and it matches the individuals that are in charge. It matches the conquistadors. It matches the pilgrims. It matches the individuals who placed us in chains and took everything from us. They still run this world to this day. They still refuse to give us the true knowledge of self. Right? That's why Most High calls this place spiritual Egypt, because we're being ran by pharaohs. What happened in Egypt? The pharaoh refused to let the Most High's people go. This pharaoh refused to give us knowledge of self. So the Spirit of the Lord had to give that to us. Right? It's all in Ezekiel 37, man. Right? But let's go some more. Let's go into more video. So give me 1 second. All right, so let me see. We go to the book of Psalms, chapter 50, and verse 21. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though, Salah, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as, Salah, let me start over. Psalms chapter 50, verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. All right, so the devil, real life, believe that the Most High is on their side, because the Most High has allowed so much wickedness to happen on this earth, not understanding that that's really a part of the Most High's, I want to say mercy, for real, to be able to give everybody a chance at rulership, even the wicked, until ultimately them reigns go all the way to righteousness' sake, for righteousness' sake, for the name of the Lord. Right? The Most High is a balanced power. Right? It says in the scriptures, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So it would be unbalanced for the only people that rule on this earth to be Yasharallah. Right? So everybody got a turn. And the Most High gave it that last, turn outside of Yasharallah to Esau. Right? And what did he do with it? He became the most wicked individual in all of history. Right? I'm talking about more wicked than Nimrod. More wicked than the Tower of Babel. This nigga built the damn rocket and tried to go meet the Lord in the heaven of heavens, and then lied about it when he couldn't make it past a certain point. Like, real talk, man. They showed a video of the quote unquote moon landing, and when them folk got on the moon, President Nixon picked up a rotary phone and called them folk on the spaceship. Tell me how that's possible. How is that possible? How in the whole hell did the president in I believe the 50s or 60s, whenever it happened, how in the hell did this man pick up a rotary phone and call a damn spaceship and have a full-fledged conversation? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, the Most High is revealing this devil like he said he would. Right? What? Matter of fact, let me go there right quick. Isaiah 47 and 1. says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Right? So even the exposing of this devil lets us know what time we in. Because all of this is pertaining to the end times. Notice what we just read. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, meaning they will be exposed. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. That means that's the day of the Lord. Right? So that means it's attached to the end times. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. All of this is prophetic. Everything that's going on right now is prophetic, but the majority of the Most High people can't see it because the Most High ain't dealing with them. They can hear the word. They can hear the prophecies being broke down. They can see the evidence of it. They can know parts of the history and still not believe. And the reason why they won't believe is because the Spirit of the Lord is not allowing them to. Somebody has to be destroyed, even though the Most High's people. Otherwise, it wouldn't be written in Zechariah 13 that 2/3 of the Most High's people will have to get put to death. Otherwise, it wouldn't be written in Revelation 14 that whosoever received the mark will be destroyed. It wouldn't be written, right? So let me let this video play on out, and I'll be back.
Secretive meeting among business, political, and technology elites, also known as the Bilderberg event, is teeing off in Lisbon, Portugal this week. The CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, is meeting with companies including Microsoft and DeepMind leadership, as well as former Google leadership. At the mysterious gathering, an artificial intelligence tops of the agenda, CNBC reports.
Editor of the Gray Zone, Max Blumenthal, tweeted, "The transatlantic neoliberal cabal known as the Bilderberg Group is meeting now at a secret location in Lisbon. Participants include NATO's Stoltenberg, Ukraine's Kuleba, Henry Kissinger, Peter Thiel, Palantir's Karp, Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla, neocon Nord Stream bombing power couple Anne Applebaum and Radoslav Sikorski, Canada's Chrystia Freeland, the Dutch and Danish PMs, and members of the media who've pledged not to cover the event. The only Black participant is Democrat pet project Stacey Abrams, who was on the steering committee. Abrams is the CEO of SageWorks, a legal consulting firm that has represented clients such as the Atlanta Dream of the Women's NBA. On the agenda is China and India, two major countries that have frustrated the transatlantic project for world control. Not involved in the Bilderberg meeting are any Chinese or Indian participants of any note. Other notable names include National Security Council's Thomas Wright, former Google CEO and chair Eric Schmidt, president of the Goldman Sachs Group John Waldron, and here's the full list of attendees as well, just for your knowledge. Wow, holy great reset, Jessica. I mean, just reading that list of names gave me chills up my arms.
Yeah. I think about like deep state, right? Everyone's like, there's all of these secret meetings among the elites. And sure, yes, I worry a lot about what the National Security Agency and CIA and FBI are up to. However, the surface level state, which is just a bunch of elites and rich people meeting and making decisions of great consequence because of the sheer power they have and resources they control and labor they direct as the CEO of companies. I mean, everything from Sikorsky to Google, OpenAI, these are people with a lot of power who make decisions of great consequence on a daily basis. It was supposed to be members of Congress and elected officials making decisions on behalf of the people in this country. It's just not how it works anymore. And they have
straight like that. It don't work like that. And to be real, it never did. They just put on the facade of a sitting in a congressman and the president and the vice president being leaders of the free world and whatever they say, the rest of the world got to deal with. But through research, right, and really all you got to do is just follow the money, man. Follow what money started, the origins of finances, right? Follow who are the richest individuals on the planet, right, that carry generational wealth. And I ain't gonna say it's easy, but you'll get a sense of who these people really are, right? And the people that you see on TV are not it, right? And how the hell Sleepy Creepy Joe supposed to be the head of anything? That man can't even open up an umbrella. Man can't walk up and down stairs. The man can barely speak a whole sentence out. Man, stop. Anyway, it's the book of Micah chapter 2 verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Like she said, they got the power to do so, and who gonna stop it? Right? Only thing we could do is expose it and call it out. Right? But who gonna stop it? The only someone that can stop this devil is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's why we exposing this devil, because physically it's nothing we can do. Carnally it's nothing we can do. But spiritually we can do everything, man. And we doing it. That's why all these things are happening. Right? We can see it just as clear as day, man. Because we see spiritual. We don't see carnal. We see that the work that we do, the belief that we have, the faith that we have in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is causing wreck on this earth. Right? Because that's a promise that the Most High gave his people. In these end times, if we wake up to the knowledge of self, right? We beg the Lord for mercy for our part in our downfall, because all of us sin, right? Before we came into this knowledge of truth, because no one was born knowing this truth, we had to learn it. That means before we learned it, we were operating according to the world, celebrating Christmas, celebrating Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day. It wasn't until we found out the origin of all these pagan holidays, and then it wasn't until we found out that the same individuals that tell us to celebrate these days, right, understand who we are. They understand as long as they keep us in that mindset, that they keep us away from our power, because our power is a jealous power. He doesn't want us to celebrate pagan gods. But the majority of the Most High people do. Unknowingly, some knowingly, they just don't give a damn. Right? But at the end of the day, the Most High said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds, meaning death and destruction. That's all they got coming to them, man. Death and destruction for all of the wickedness that they sold on this earth. Right? We go to the book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus chapter 19 and verse 5. It says, whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, but he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life. Right? So I'm pretty sure these folk ain't coming up with all these wicked ass ideas like, man, we really don't want to do this to the poor. we really don't want to continue to oppress these people, but man, we got to do what we got to do. Nah, they take pleasure in it. Right? That's why they call people sheeple. It's a game to these folks, man. It's a game to see how low they can make society go and what they can make people do. It's a game to them. But little did they know that the master chess player is the one that's really playing the game. And we on his side. Right? So till the destruction comes to this place, the Most High gonna continue to expose this devil, and he gonna use the spirit of the Lord and the men of the Lord to do so. All right, so yeah, that's what's going on, man. The Bilderberg Group, they added again, right? Bilderberg Group is just like the World Economic Forum. It's just like the Bohemian Grove, where you got all of the world's leaders that come together and have meetings, right? Have meetings about the fate of the world, right? But yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's all in the hand of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So with that, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai Rastazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Holoyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harachah Kodash Shalom Yashallah.